Well, the lovely thing about the Ivor novellas is that it's songwriters honoring songwriters. It's not the influence of publishers, who we love our publishers, but it's not the influence of publishers, nor the influence of the record company. This is songwriters looking at the work of the body of work of the membership, and it's a nod from your peers, which is as good as it gets, you know. Songwriters are the headwaters of the music industry. With no song, there is no recording. With no recording, there is no dancing with your daughter at a wedding. The fact is, one of the things that we're really concerned with, though, about right now is the fact that in the United States, as there are here, there are two copyrights. There's a copyright for the song. There's a copyright for the recorded material. It's very, very out of balance in the United States. And one of the things we're working on right now, it's so broken, and this affects the world. It's so broken where one receives 14 times more than the other, and in the rest of the world, basically, it's 50-50. It's gotten so broken they're actually beginning to look at it to change it. I think we're having some very, very positive reaction. Washington D.C. is looking at the consent decree that we operate under. We have a fabulous relationship with PRS for music. Mr. Ashcroft, Mr. Fletcher are dear friends and all. I've been president and chairman of the board of ASCAP for the last 6 years and was just elected for a fourth term. One of the strongest relationships, I believe, is our relationship with PRS. And we have a big party every year to honor the PRS for music writers who are doing so well in the United States. Well, the area that's broken is streaming, and the way people listen to music has changed drastically. They were no longer, although the vinyl industry is doing better than ever, the fact is that the large audience has moved from vinyl to CD, to 8 tracks, to cassette, to CD, to downloading, and now to streaming. Streaming is, we love our little instruments that we can listen to music on anywhere, anytime. There's more music being played right now, more often on more amazing instruments than ever before in the history of music. The problem is that, as you know, as we moved into the world of streaming, music has been horrifically devalued, and that has to change. Mr. Ashcroft just had a wonderful, wonderful letter, I believe, or a paper or a speech that he delivered regarding that very specifically. We need to, in the EU and also in the United States, we need to address how music has been devalued in streaming. And I think there's about to be a change. Music is not going to go away. People need music and all, and we don't want the people that are loving the music and playing it and enjoying it to really have to pay any more. But the servers, the Spotify's, the organizations that are providing the music need to properly give us a decent share of their advertising and subscription money. It's only fair. It's only fair. Oh, it's wonderful. I mean, it's 60 years of songwriters being honored. This is a great tradition. And the nice thing is that some of the international award winners before have been really good friends. Hal David was a mentor, and he was president of ASCAP for, I think, 6 years. And we were on the board at the same time. Nile Rodgers, who we worked together on the Daft Punk album a couple of years ago, was last year's winner. So this is exciting. When I found that I couldn't get a job as an actor, in my life, no is a gift. I felt like Montgomery Clift. Unfortunately, I looked like Haley Mills. It was hard for me to get an acting job, So sitting around with no money to go out and go to the movies or do anything, I managed to grab a tiny little guitar, a used guitar, started doodling, and found what I was meant to do. No one in my life, no is a gift. I didn't get the acting career I wanted. I got the career that became this life. I think I take less and less credit for it. I think that would be the big thing, is I realize that it's a massive gift and all. There are times when something just pours out of you and you look at it and you go, my God, that's really, really good. And did it really come from me? It's amazing that our unconscious manages to slap together words and thoughts and all that, while you're looking for your car keys, one of the great disorganized people of the world manages to put together a few lines now and then that people seem to love. The big thing I've learned is that I think it's what we have in common that makes the song a hit, not something unique or different about the songwriter. If I can write honestly about my own codependent behavior, I've always joked I write codependent anthems. Other people relate to it. So when I say I won't last a day without you, there are a lot of people out there that go, yeah, I know how you feel. Well, the great thing is that, the fact is they've been recorded by some wonderful people from back in the days of Elvis and Ella Fitzgerald and the like, through Daft Punk this last year. So I've always said that if I was the only one who sang my songs, I'd be hot walking horses right now. I'd be, come on, American Pharaoh, let's wipe you down, boy. But but the fact is, some wonderful people. I don't think I've ever written a hit song. I've written songs that people related to, and other people made them hits. You know, You and Me Against the World. We've Only Just Begun was when We've Only Just Begun was number one. The number one album in the country was In-A-Gadda Da Vida. You couldn't have gotten further away from what was commercial. But an angel sang it, Karen Carpenter sang it, and the world responded. So hit songs? No, I don't write hit songs. I write songs that hopefully are real, about what I feel, and other people seem to relate. And then you have somebody that's nice and a big star, you know, like Streisand or Karen or Three Dog Night or Daft Punk or Kermit the Frog, sing them for you, and you have a hit on your hands. You know, when I won the Grammy this last year with Daft Punk, right before the Grammys, there was a marriage of 40 couples of every combination, you know, gay couples, you know, transgender, everything. And right before they gave that last award, they had 40 couples married on stage at the Grammys. The day before, my daughter had told me that she was going to ask her partner to marry her. And my daughter was in the audience. Now, I won the Oscar and the Grammys and all those things before my kids were born. But all of a sudden, I'm standing on that stage, and I started talking about the fact that The Same Love was such a beautiful song, and that the Grammys had never been more elegant than that moment when all those wonderful combinations of people were married, and what they had in common was love, just pure love. And as I walked off stage, I realized that I had said something that was really important to my daughter. And I had a moment with my daughter that nobody had any idea what I was talking about, but I knew. And it's something I'll never forget. It's probably the most precious moment out of my career.